they hide. They get successful and then they hide. And the reason why is because
그랜트 카돈은 20대 중반까지 마약 중독자 삶에서 30대의 백만장자, 그리고 현재는 수천억을 넘어서 조 단위의 자산가입니다. 그가 말하기를 부자들은 성공을 이루고 숨는다라는 겁니다. 자세히 한번 들어보겠습니다.
When I was a kid and I wanted to be successful and I wondered why are the successful people, why don't you ever hear about them? Why don't they ever talk about what they're doing, where they're going, their trips, where they live, like, you know?
사실 지금도 생각해보면 소수의 성공한 사람들이 책을 쓰고 강연하며 자신의 신념을 알리며 사람들을 도와주려고 하죠. 하지만 대다수의 성공한 사람들은 우리는 이름조차 모릅니다. 분명한 이유가 있을 것 같은데요. 한번 들어보시죠.
Now I know why people didn't really reach out to help me. And our society has become so critical, man. It's so negative. Like even at home, like at the dinner table, we've become a negative society where people are like literally so skeptical. They get successful and then they hide. And the reason why is because they start getting people hating on them and hating on success and resenting them and envious of them. And they finally say, you know what, I'm just going to pull the curtains and nobody's going to see how I live my life, how I got where I'm at, what I'm doing, you know, how I'm operating, how much money I give away to charity. You don't end up knowing anything except, oh man, that guy, he's off on a boating trip. So many people don't have all the information. You know? I mean, literally the family unit, the only time they share anything is when it's at Easter or Thanksgiving, the family. I mean, it becomes a really closed, almost a closed society, like a secret thing, how they became successful. So you don't get to find, nobody gets to learn anything from these super, uber successful guys because they start pulling the curtains in front of them to protect themselves and their family. And as risky as it is, because I know people are going to be like, oh, the guy's driving in his Rolls and he's showing his car off and he's on his plane and showing it off and he's, you know, shooting video in his apartment and showing that off. Okay, well, you could think that I'm showing it off. Some people will think that. And me and my wife know that that's going to happen. But that's not our intention, okay? Other people are like, I'm inspired. And that's really the goal, you know, is not to pull the curtains closed and not to hide. But to some kid maybe 10 or 12 years old, you know, doesn't have a dad, like I didn't have a dad. Or maybe his dad's gone, or maybe who knows where he is, man. He could be in a foster home. He could be maybe he's in a family where the dad and the mom are there, but they're working their ass off so hard the kids really still fatherless. And so maybe he sees this video on YouTube and says, wow, man, you know, dude, who doesn't want to have nice things? Come on. Who doesn't want to have nice things? And by the way, who would think nice things are a bad thing? Like, what happened to us that we're like, we don't want nice things and we think nice things are out of reach, or we think nice things aren't necessary, or that car's too much, or that's too much, you know, or, you know, like some people be like, what, man, $400,000 for a car, why don't you just give that money to charity? Hey, why don't I do this? Why don't I do both?
그랜트 카돈은 특히 요즘 사람들이 너무 부정적이고 회의적이라고 말합니다. 언제부터인지 우리의 무의식에 부자는 못된 거야, 돈은 나쁜 거야 등의 부정적인 생각들이 자리를 잡았을까요? 정말 더 나은 삶을 살기 위해선 사실 돈도 중요한 부분인데요. 성공한 사람들을 시기 질투하는 것이 아닌 어떻게 성공할 수 있었는지를 생각해보면 내 삶에 더 도움이 되진 않을까요? 들어주셔서 감사합니다. 멘탈 테이프였습니다.